the old tubes. Now, all right, I'm going to figure out a way. I refuse to give up. And
it's amazing to me how hard it's been for me to try to get this.
No, music is a very hard instrument, Steve.
Well, it just seems like for some people, some things come easier, but I can't be jealous of that. Just some people have that knack that things come easier in certain areas.
There it is. There it is.
It's there, but it's a shaky hand.
It's yeah. I think it's your concept is shaky because you've come in. Come in and you got something like this going. I mean, we can call that the scoop, and it's not what we want. And then just now while we're talking, and sometimes by the process of talking and not actually focusing on what it is you're doing technically, good things can happen. And so you're there doing what we're doing. You're doing this, and it started okay. I mean, we could do it that way and almost and use it as an approach to getting what it is you want. Yes, but and then you went like this, and you got a couple passes. You see, now what is the difference here? I took you certainly can see this. You came in doing this. Then you did. What are you doing? No, I think you're doing. What were you doing?
I was trying to keep the fingers.
Yeah, you're doing. No. Stay with me now. Stay with me. You're doing this. I think is you. I think you don't quite know what you're doing. But I think that's you trying to open up your hand every time. And by doing that, you're tricking yourself into almost getting it. because you end up, because if you do that, you drop the stick. So you're thinking that. So the only thing that really ends up really opening up is the first finger thumb. You're thinking, I'm going to drop the stick or something. And you end up not dropping the stick. It's sitting in the middle finger. And then you do this. So you start to develop some kind of, just a little turn. Now I've told you, we wrote it down. We had, you remember what it was?
Floor.
Floor.
Calipers.
See, you weren't thinking of the calipers. Then what?
And then, let's say it again. Raise my stick and then back down to floor.
There's a caveat. At the same speed.
At the same speed. Yeah.
Oh, the other caveat, a ½ inch. We're just doing a little turn. So we're coming up. Don't play yet. This is a ½ inch.
Okay.
At the same speed, up and down. Right. And then we come back to the floor. So you have the floor. In other words, your starting position. You need to think about the calipers. Then we have a little turn up and down at the same speed, about a ½ inch. And then you come back to the floor. So you'd forgotten some of it. See, it's already better. You're back. Now you don't need to open up your hand as you turn. The stick goes down. If we're turning our wrists, the stick would go down, not because you're doing something with your fingers, but because you're just turning. You're turning your wrist. And watch what happens. It goes down. The whole assembly gets lowered. Like that. See, the whole assembly is just, see here, we're at the floor, and we come up a ½ inch, and then we're going to come down, right, and back down. See, the whole assembly is going up and down. See how the middle finger is moving with the wrist? See how the two, how can I do it? The two are moving together. And then notice as well the bead, where the entire stick is moving with the wrist, isn't it? They're all aligned. If we go throwing our fingers open, now the stick is no longer aligned with the wrist. So to get into a finger thing right now, thinking you're turning your wrist, that's not it. What we're looking to do is what you just did. That's the beginning of it. It's hard to believe. It's that simple. So you want to abandon it right away. Come in. Why you would be coming in doing this? This has nothing to do. You're not going straight up and down. You're not going a half an inch. You're not thinking about the calipers. You're not thinking about any of it. Not one of it. It was a list. It's a four-part list, I think, right? Floor, a three-part list. A triumvirate of thought. And so you can't abandon it to get this technique, or it's going to take longer. So the whole thing will move as a unit thusly. That's all it is. That's all it is. And maybe at some point we can start to put the other fingers on, and at some point maybe we could learn to make a throw and put the fingers on. Learn to make a throw and put the fingers on. I'm aiming for this tiny little spot, so it makes it's a wonderful challenge. But that's not what we're doing, right? You see? But that's not a half an inch. You've already abrogated one part. Remember, you were very excited about the feeling of not moving room. You're moving way too much. Moving so much. No less. There it is. You got it. Now stop. No, stop. Just stop. Yeah. Just calm it down. Your calipers. You've lost those now. They have to just. Now you're lifting your. No, wait. Get to the floor. Just relax and get to the floor for a minute. Meditate there. You have to take your calipers off. You have to meditate on the whole thing. It's only the floor and calipers. Two things to meditate on. And then you're just going to do that. You're going to lift it up and come back down. And when you come back down, it's just going to happen to touch. That's it. Calipers, floor, calipers, turned a little high, up and down at the same speed. There. See, that's all it is. And you keep abandoning. Okay, so we got that back. Now, how would you make a tiny, and then I got you to make a little throw. With that in mind, because you have it again, right? You don't have the guide on right now, but you're turning your wrist, you're coming to the floor, you're getting a nice sound, you're giving the stick, which is the instrument, a chance to sing, kind of like you were. You sounded pretty good on Bluesette. You really did. That's why I gotta get you on the kit. And we gotta get you singing it funny, and so you're allowing the stick to sing. And now do you remember how to make, and I like to sit up. It's really important. I know it's comfortable, especially if you have a hip problem. Sometimes it's nice to change the pressure that way. There, you see, you got it. Now, how do you make it? See, it's beautiful, dude. I don't know why you don't come in doing that. I told you next time you come in, we got to it really quickly, but I'll blame myself. Floor, it was supposed to be the first thing you said. Hi, Kevin. Floor, calipers, up and down a half inch at the same speed, floor. Floor, calipers, up and down the same speed, floor. That's four things. Pardon me. So that's what it is. You see, you came up too high. Forgot the half inch. You have to remember four things. Okay, so how do you make a little throw? You got that. I told you there's nothing. Oh, look, you can do that too. There. You can't forget any of it. You got to keep your calipers off. Keeping the calipers off will change the character of the thing because you're not going to be able to move very much. Even less. No, not for what we're doing right now. You had it a few times beautifully. Go back and remind yourself of what just a little regular wrist turn is. There. Look, all the shaking's gone, everything. Now see, that's all you're going to do, but with a little bend at the beginning. Just see how gentle and easy that. That's it. Stop. 33, whatever, what the timestamp when I edit it will change. Okay. So yeah, right. Right now we're at like 33:30. So it's beautiful. Can you do that in the other hand? Okay, starting to stabilize again. No, I would suggest saying it. I said either think it or say it out loud. I wrote that down for you. Your calipers, where are your calipers? And what about your arm? I mean, we didn't, I mean, when you get the, no, we're in the right. Now your left has got it. The right one should just hang, see, it's maybe leaning for a while. Now you got to acclimate to creating that T, three-legged stool. And so no, we're in the left. We're in the right. You have to first. Are you at the floor? Just tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your arm looks somewhat natural, right? Looks like your forearm is at the floor too, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, because if the stick is an extension of the forearm, it means the stick and the forearm will be at the floor if you're at the floor, right? And you are. Now, are the calipers off sufficiently? I mean, I don't want you to stretch them to death. I just decide on where you're going to keep them and keep them there. There, you did it. Don't wait at the top. No, you don't wait. It's up and down, not the left, the right. It's up and down, same speed. There, see? Now the hands are the same. Now show me a little throw in the right. It's just beautiful. Little throw. There. Look. Interesting, isn't it? You came in doing, I don't know what are you doing, but you're immediately, so we get you back much more quickly, you notice? That's what's happening. You can't let go of any of your, good, you have the floor, the calipers, ½ back to the, no, you came up like 3 inches. It's a ½ inch, tiny. No, you don't, it's up at the same speed down. Came up too high, but you got a good one, and you forgot your calipers. Getting there. It's a ½ inch. Calipers. What about the calipers?
They're off.
Well, now they are, but you're coming up too high, so you don't have all of the part. So it's lost, you see? Yeah, because you don't have all the pieces. This is intellectual right now for you. No, you have to stop and go through the helicopter list. You need to get the floor. So show me the floor. No. You have to start with the floor. Now hey, you just want to play right away. I'll get you there. I'll get you right back. Show me the floor.
We're getting sore.
Okay, show me. Yeah, because you keep doing it wrong. Show me the floor. No, don't play. The floor is not playing. Okay, now take your guide off. Calipers. Now, come on, don't play yet. And we're talking about the left. Your left fell apart. Get the calipers off evenly. You're back. You're at the floor. Now, what's the next thing you're going to do? I'll tell you. You're going to come up a ½ inch, same speed up and down, and back to the floor. No, you didn't come up a ½ inch, same speed up and down. You lost your calipers. Almost got it. There it is. ½ inch. You came up more, but you got one. ½ inch. Just ½ inch up and down. There, you see? You're back. Stop. Now, once you get it, there's a device you can utilize, which is when you get it, remember, I got it. I ain't got it. When you get it, you got it, and you stop for a moment. No, stop. Because your body will remember what you did last. And you were successful. So then you just stop for a minute. You just don't even play. Let's move on to something else now. See, you got it. And now you kind of fool the body into thinking, well, that's how I always play. Once you get it, you stop. And your body goes, oh, yeah. And that's the last thing your body remembers. Okay? Now, all right. Pardon me. Now, what else can we do to to keep this moving. Like, so I brought you back. It was a little bit of work, but we did. It comes back more quickly every time I see you. Which is a good sign. We're involving some muscle memory as well, right? Now, let's play around now. Let's just be nerdy and see where it goes. Okay. All right. So you've got, it's really good. See, you're at the floor with the calipers on both hands. Right. So you're ready to do that other thing, but that's not what we're going to do because you already did it. Now, if you, let's see, if you just put your, if you put the calipers on gently, just gently, take them off, put them on, nothing should really change very much, right? Yeah, like that. Yeah, see? The stick is laying in the hand, right? In the fulcrum, wedged against the palm. So if you put take the calipers off and put them back on, not too much changes. It's like you're moving around this solid, could be a handlebar. It's not going anywhere, is it?
No.
It's stationary. Okay, so you're going to put your guide on and feel that. Feel that. Now, let's experiment. What happens if we turn up thusly? Not too bad. Oh, no, don't do that. No, you lost your floor. You're in a position where you could make a note here. As soon as you do that, you're going to land, you won't land in the center. You'll be playing out of tune, or you're going to miss the drum altogether. That doesn't help you keep the gig. You don't want to miss the drum. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's explore. So first, we're going to just put it in the guide, or oops, sorry, in the fulcrum, and then we're going to put the guide on. Now, don't go. The stick shouldn't come up. Shouldn't do anything. It's going to put the guide on. Okay, and then now we're going to turn straight up. We're not going to go sideways because of your traditional grip background. We're going straight up. Now, are you pinching your thumb or does it look round like mine? I see that looks okay. Okay, go all the way up now. All the way up. Okay, now I want you to let go of the guide. Let go of the guide. Ah, that was good. Because what most guys, go ahead. Don't pinch your thumb like that. Let go of the guide. That's not good. Okay, so I'll show you why it was good the first time and not the second. Okay, so if we have this grip, this Murray Spivak, Richard Wilson, Richard Martinez grip, it should come up, I believe. It should come up. Now Murray would say, and it says to Louis, and it's a little ways away from the palm. Louis comes up so slowly that there's no momentum and it never seems to leave the palm, and then Louis moves it away from the palm, which is Murray having Louis demonstrate a throw, or a single stroke with an upstroke to a throw. Right now, we're just turning our wrists. With this grip that you're getting to know, stick is not against the palm, and why would it be? Because the stick is laying in the hand, right? And so when we come up thusly, it's not laying in the hand in the same way. Okay? And that means if the stick is truly, based on this technique, laying in the hand, and the first finger and thumb just guide, when I let go of my first finger and thumb, here's what happens. Because it's just laying in my hand, I'm not squeezing my hand. The ears doesn't fall out. It should just slide right down. See, stop, let me just show you. It's laying in the hand right now. Right now, it's just laying in the middle finger. Just take your guide off for a second.
Okay.
Go ahead and bring your hand up. See? That's what it would do. That was this technique. That means you're getting the idea. it would do that because it's just laying in that little cradle, the middle finger, right? So if you go lifting it up and you don't squeeze with this middle finger, it's laying in there. At a certain point, the energy is no longer going down. The weight of the stick is going down, but in a different way. It's going down this way, right? Okay, so you felt that. Now, here's where the guide becomes critical, because we couldn't play this way and turn any higher than, I don't know, somewhere in here maybe, because at a certain point the stick will fall out. We need our guide. And so we put the guide on so that when we come up with this feeling of it just laying in the hand, we get to here, don't pinch your thumb. Now take your fingers other than the guide away. Middle finger, ring, and baby finger. Take them away. That was good. What's holding the stick?
The first finger and the thumb.
The guide. That's all you got. In this position, the only thing holding the stick is the guide. Now, it's interesting because you've been down here with no guide and playing just fine. So things change, but they'll always change in the same way. Okay? Okay, so you have that feeling. See, you don't even, at this volume tempo, we could maybe play without the guide. I don't know, right? But now that we're lifting, and so you don't want to move these around. We're just no guide, right? Which I'm training you to do, and you're doing it. Okay, now we're putting the guide on gently, and we're trying not to pinch. Nice big flat thumb, and then we're going to come up and notice that the stick wants to go this way, doesn't it? Right? Now, so up in this position, what would happen if we just went boom? We just went boom. Go on up. Now you got to notice, it's only being held up by the first finger and thumb, but the stick is touching the middle finger, right? Probably a little ways away from the palm, just a tiny bit. Butt end is barely what, oh, come on, keep it straight up in the air. You want to feel the energy going down, okay? That's a pretty good grip. Now just go boom. Look at you. Now you're playing like maximum wrist turn, maybe. You're playing with your wrist turn way up in the air with the stick perpendicular to the ground. Successfully. Geez, I can't wait till I can figure out how to put my guide on, you said. You just did. You can play with your guide. That's the grip. Now I'll show you the next part. Success. You were successful down here with our routine, the calipers off and a little turn in both right and left. So that's 2 successes. Now you've had 3 successes. Now, so if we're up here, let's continue our nerdy journey. Hold on. So we're up here, and we know that if we let go of the first finger and thumb, the stick will slide down because we're not grabbing it with the middle finger. We don't do that. We don't pull with the middle finger in that way. It's just laying. The weight of the stick is laying in the hand. We put the guide on, and we come up. Stick, see its butt end is on the palm. It's come away from the palm. I haven't opened my fingers at all. That's just what happens. Okay, it's a little ways away from the palm. Maybe it's the momentum of turning up. Just pulls it away from the palm ever so slightly. Well, if you go up too slowly, you'll be Louis Belson and won't develop any of the momentum that might provide you an insight into where the butt end would be relative to the palm. You've done good. Come on, just come on up, nice and easy, and stop doing weird things with your thumb. Put your thumb on flat, like that. Now stay with me now. Come on up. You're getting caught up now, and okay, so it's a little tiny bit away from the palm. Is it?
Yes.
Good, good. No, keep it there. Oh, you really got to keep it there. Really good. Now flatten out your thumb. Just relax your guide. It's just got to be able to do this. You won't want to do that. That feels dumb. You'd want to have a bunch of the thumb on the stick to hold it here. Right? You put the middle finger, touch the middle finger to the stick. The other fingers come in, but don't have much to do with it. Okay. Now watch what happens. As we bend forward, what happens? Oh, you've got to stay with me. They're up here. Come on, all the way up. Stop pinching your thumb, for crying out loud. God, yeah. Okay. Now, what happens when you get to here? What happened? Tell me.
I don't think, it doesn't seem like it's changed that much.
You missed it. See? This is the joy of Drum Nerd 101. All right, well, you're not kind of copying. You have to copy exactly what I say to get this stuff.
Okay.
It'll help. Maybe you could find it on your own some way doing stuff, but we're here. The stick is a tiny bit away from the palm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the stick wants to go this way, doesn't it? You know, the baseball players that can do this, they can get under the, you seen that? You a baseball guy? I'm not, but they can get under the bat and they can keep it going. They stay right under the bat and it's like that.
Keep it balanced.
Yeah, they keep it balanced. So it's like that, balanced. It wants to go down. Now, as soon as I start to turn towards the surface, look at the butt. Can you see my butt end? I know you're on your phone. No, stop. You might be able to see it on your little phone or not. As I bend forward, right about there, the butt end bumps into the palm.
Bumps into the palm?
Yeah, it's away from the palm.
When I was up here, I had it up against the palm.
But that's what I asked you. It should come away from the palm.
I mean, with this part here, there's a space in here.
Yeah, there's a little space. But
in the middle of the hand. It's still resting up against the
Well, it shouldn't be. I don't want it.
Oh, you don't want it that way. Oh.
But I was telling you, watch. You come up, it'll come away from your palm. I know you're on a little phone, so you don't see me very well. You have to watch the video later, I know. It's come away from the palm ever so slightly. Just a little. See it? A little bit away from the palm.
Okay, all right.
You feel it?
Yes.
Now remember, I told you Louis physically moved it away from the palm because he came up so slow. He didn't have the momentum to get it to come away from the palm. And Murray Spivak says, and now the butt end's away from the palm. And Louis realizes it's not away from the palm. So he goes, and he moves it away. You watched the video, it's fascinating. Yeah, he moves it away because it didn't happen naturally because he went up so slow. But if we come up kind of naturally, the momentum of the stick coming up helps to move it away from the palm ever so slightly. Feel it away from the palm?
Right.
Okay, now as I bend forward towards the surface, right about there, bumps into the palm. Feel it?
Right.
Feel it right there?
Yes.
Oh no, go down slow so you can feel it. You can feel the Leaning Tower of Pisa go. Go, and it falls into the palm. It goes right there. You don't go any further. Once it touches the palm, you stop. Oh, you're not feeling it. It bumps into the palm 1/2 inch to like 1.5 inches, right about there. It's against the palm now, isn't it?
Right.
You feel it?
Yes.
Okay, well that would be position 2. Yes, I got the thumbs up. That's interesting. Okay, so we're in position 2 now. This is position 1 away from the palm. Now we're in position 2.
Okay.
Okay. Now what's going to happen is we're going to turn from here. Come on, give me a turn. Play a note. There. Guide and everything. There's that. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 successes. You did it. Okay, let's keep going. So we're going to come all the way up. Butt end's going to come away from the palm. Your thumb is nice and flat. It's a miracle, but it's great. Right? Butt end's away a little. Now we're just turning an inch, maybe an inch, not. And let it bump into the palm. Let it bump. Is it in the palm?
Yeah.
I think it is. That's where you just played from. The stick has bumped into the palm because of the weight of the stick, stay with me now, is no longer straight up and down, like the baseball player under the bat. The weight of the stick now is starting to fall forward. Changed. It's starting to want to lay in the hand. Now, if we come down another 2 inches, that's it, too much, easy. Yeah, right to there. At that position, you can almost take your guide off now. Starting to lay in that middle finger, isn't it? Take your guide off. Take your guide off. Remember, if we take the guide off in this position up here, if we take the guide, it'll fall right down. But now the weight of the stick has changed. It's now starting to lay in the hand based on gravity on planet Earth. Feel it there, don't you? It feels heavier too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Think it feels heavier? Okay, now put your guide back on. Don't move it. It's looking great. So now we're in position, what, 3? And we're right here, and we're just going to go and turn down. You did it.
Hit the butt end.
You got the shank a little bit, but it was fine. Too high. There. Right there. Go on down. There. Perfect. I'm starting to lose count of success. 5 successes, maybe. Okay. So we have position 1, position 2, position 3. We're starting to lay in the hand, and position 4. No, oh, stop showing off. Position 4. Take your guide off. Take your guide. Now, come on, let's start. Let's get it right now. Position 1, away from the palm.
Right.
Position 2. Position 3. There, I feel it in that middle finger. Now I feel like I can start letting go of the guide if I want. Okay. Thumb goes on and off, nice and flat. Then position, we're position 4. I would say I'm losing count. You're too much success all at once for me. Okay, you're in position 4, so now we're closer to the surface. Let go of your guide. Sit up, sit up, sit up. You can let go of your guide. Put it back on if you want. Easy. And just go clunk. Let's give it a position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should we have one more position? 6. We're real close to the surface, maybe an inch above or something. Kind of where, just a little higher than the floor. We're just above the floor, aren't we? The forearm's at the floor. The forearm's been at the floor the whole time, essentially, right? Now we're in position 6. But the stick is not parallel to the surface quite yet. We're just above. Now it's really easy to take. Come on, take the guide on. You are so close to the surface now. It's going to be really easy. Put your guide on gently, easy. And all we're going to do is go, boom.
Oh, hit the butt, shank again.
Do it again. There it is. See? So I've figured out a way to help you put your guide on and get the feeling in the hand, right? So in reality, we should be able to turn up, right? And every time I get up to here, I know that if I let go of my first finger and thumb, it's going to fall. But then as I start to turn towards the surface, I can feel that process that we just went through, right? And nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is how the stick feels in the hand. If you leave this alone, see if you're doing all this stuff, you'll never feel any of that. It won't exist. You'll just be manipulating a lever arm some other way, you know, but not the way that we're looking to experience how the body is a lever system moving this lever arm, applying force over a fulcrum to the beam, right? And the beam is the resistance. Okay, so we've come up Okay? And I know that if I start to play, see, we're always, we don't start some techniques, they want to bounce it up. So, see, now I don't really feel any of that. If I do, Jack Fergal likes to talk about this, it's cool too. You know, he talks about, you know, all you're doing is using a lot of force down, down, down. So there's always tension, 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 tension. Well, you do get a free stroke, but you're not going to feel any of this stuff that you've just experienced. So what we're doing is we're learning to start from this low position, turn up to feel what I described, and we can feel the different iterations of weight of the stick or lever arm or beam in the hand. And then when we start to play, that should, God, my pad's pretty low right now. But if we start to play, not okay? And we want to stop down. Now we can turn a little less high. So the stick will be kind of laying in the hand most of the time, right? Then what we can start to do is get throws, you know, sorry, my left hand's needs a little more training. You start to be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy because you're not doing anything. You're just holding the stick, turning your wrist, and making motions. And you have that little motion. See, but if we were going to make a big throw, well, that was really good, by the way. Okay, so you got your head around something brand new, really, and you were successful at having the body experience it on a tactile level. Let's take a look at one more thing. And I'm just going to have you go through that process of going through the 6 different stages. Too bad there weren't 7. We call it the 7 stages to heaven. But the 6 stages to heaven. You have 7 steps to heaven. 6 stages to heaven. Okay. So what would a throw look like? If we were to blow it up, because you got this. This is it in miniature. You've got it in miniature. You know about the weight of the stick in the hand, and you can just go clunk, barely move. It's a little tiny little. Yeah. Now make the little bend before you do that. There, you got that. Come, keep going. See, you got it. You got it. See, you're starting to get this stuff. You know what kills you? I know. You have to. You have to sort of abandon all that other stuff, and it feels like an old friend, but we have new friends. You know, the weight of the stick, the lever system is our friend. All right. So what we would do is we'd start to bend, and we'd leave the bead down in Richard Martinez's fixed point in the universe, or a person would say, you leave the bead down when you go up. You leave the bead down when you go up. Can you do that? Go on up. Go on up. Just copy me. No, you lifted your arm. Now this is a very subtle thing, and yet, in a weird way, as I've come to know it better and better, it shouldn't have been so confusing. So what we're looking to do is get everything, especially in the beginning, and if we're in slow motion, it happens for quite a while. It's all wrist. Yeah, so you're still wrist right there. Now bend a little more, leaving the bead down. Don't do it with your arm, just bend a little more. Keep bending and create this convex shape. Come on, keep bending. A little more, just a little more. Don't lose your guide. Playing in the middle finger, isn't it? Your 4th and 5th are gorgeous, I can tell. They're not even on the stick. Bet you any money. Okay, now we're here, aren't we? That was pretty easy because that's all wrist. We're going to get to here. And we've leveraged up. Now we can really feel lifting up the meat of the arm. Can't you?
Yeah.
Well, here, remember, muscles can only contract. They can't push. So muscles in front of the elbow are contracting. And lo and behold, when we follow this program of leaving the bead down, this starts to happen in the arm, and it starts to, you're lifting, you start to feel the, remember how you kind of didn't feel the weight up here, and then you did feel the weight, you know? So the arm has weight. Right in here, I don't feel too much of the weight yet. And that's the idea, you know, that's the power of the lever system. It's mechanical advantage. So I'm levered right about here. Now I can feel it. I'm only bending. I'm not doing anything with my arm, but I can feel lifting up. I can feel the weight of the arm. You feel it? Yeah, you can. I think you can. Right. Now what happens? Come on up just a little more. More of a gooseneck. Yeah, beautiful. See, that's leading with your wrist. You haven't done it with your arm, but your arm's moved a little. Now what happens is, we're here. Now we have to turn up. Right? Not too bad.
That's 6 feet away from the palm, right?
Yeah, I guess it might be. Because we're up here just like you were. Right. See? Everything's connected. It's like, I know this position. This is like my old friend. I love it up here. Right? Okay. So we've leveraged up. We don't feel the weight too much. Right about here, I start to feel, I can feel the weight of this arm. I'm going to turn up and come down. Yeah. See, if you did it with so much, what happens on the way down is it's more of a wave than it appears to be if we do it in slow motion, I think. Because the heaviest part of the arm will come down first. So we're leveraging up, really feel the weight, coming up. Now I'm going to lift it up. That doesn't mean I'm going to hold my forearm down. My forearm's gone to about here. The weight. Now as I turn up, elbow started to come in, but my forearm is going up. And then the whole thing is just going to collapse. Try it one more time. Just leverage, feel the leverage, a little more, feel the weight of your arm. Now, turn up to the ceiling. Don't lose your grip. Turn up to this. No. No, remember, the forearm should go up a little more, shouldn't it? So start again. Leverage, leverage, leverage. Feel the weight. Now, just turn up to the ceiling and feel your forearm. Follow it up a little. Like that. Look like Murray in the video in his left hand. He's way up here. Like this. And he goes, wonk. The whole thing just goes, huh. So slowly, because you're getting it, leverage up a little more. Okay, now turn up and let the forearm follow it up a little. Come on, no, don't let the forearm dip. Going up means we're going up. Go up, go up, go up, man. Forearm's going to go up, like more like that. Yeah, so you're up. All that weight can cascade down. Let it all down. There you go. Did we say, what do you think? I'm going to go moving my arm around? I get that for free. You get the arm for free. You get all of that weight for free. We just let gravity bring the whole darn thing down. We can add thrust later on. You can add thrust with the middle finger, you know, Marie would describe. So that was really good. Okay, that is a lot of success. So we're just going to work on the different levels of turn, the 6 steps to heaven, right? The different iterations of height of turn. And now you can see that that little throw that you got with no guide, now it'd be nothing to put the guide on. You could do that with the guide too. It's nothing because you're starting to feel it. But then you got this, leveraging it up from the wrist, turning up, and you went, see how my forearm came up? You said, oh my goodness, this feels like when I was just, it's not on the butt end's not on the palm. I said, right. Because you're up, it's like a regular wrist turn. If a regular wrist turn means that the butt end comes away from the palm ever so slightly, well, if a throw is a wrist turn, then why would that change? And you felt it. In fact, you need to hear it from me. You said, hey, see, that's actually the process of truly learning. You begin to notice things on your own, right? And hopefully we have created a new shape in your brain. They call that an enneagram, right? And this shape ain't going anywhere. I'm sorry, you're stuck with it now. All right, so take advantage of how your mind has dimpled today, right? Go through what we talked about meticulously. Can't leave any part out or it won't work. All right, good job.
All right.
Turning off the camera.
Thanks, Kevin.
Welcome.